I'm gonna show you how I draw eyes in this style. I'm gonna try to do it as simple as possible. So the first step is to find some references like on Pinterest or something, and don't let anybody tell you you can't use references. Yes, the heck I can, because I cannot draw anything from memory. So go look for some references, whatever you want. So anyways, the first step is getting a general shape of the eye. I'm using my sketch brush silhouette, and I don't trace. If you want to practice with tracing, you go on ahead. But right here I am just measuring everything with my eyes as best as I can. It doesn't have to be perfect with Procreate or any digital platform. You can use things like resizing and liquify. I know, obviously, with traditional art, it's a lot harder to fix those kinds of things, but this is digital. So, as you can see, I am going ham with liquify. Liquify is my best friend because I would rather use liquify like crazy than erase or start over. So after I'm done with the shape as best as I could make it, I just use my blending brush and I just kind of buff out the whole drawing to make it very soft and very light. After I'm done making it all like soft, I go to curves and I change the color that I originally used to like a reddish brownish color, just kind of like more fleshy toned. After that, I set that layer to linear burn. I add a new layer and color under that sketch. So now I'm looking for the skin tone, which I think is a bit like peachy, pinky undertone. So that's gonna be my first layer of color. Then I make a new layer and I start adding the I guess white of the eye. But as you can see, even when I color pick, it's never truly a white color. I think the only time it is like a white color is if you're drawing like a cartoon character or something, but with humans it never really tends to be like that. It really depends on the lighting, the environment, if the person's like, I don't know, crying or something. But yeah, don't make the whites of the eyes white. I also feel as if it kind of gives like a unfinished or uncanny kind of look if you put it like directly white. Next, I'm adding some fleshy tones for like the water. Sorry, I'm adding some fleshy colors for the waterline. I made mine's kind of look like he has pink eye or something. But you can always change the color and mess around with it. I pull out my blending tool as I always do, just to soften it up, because once it starts looking harsh, it bugs me, and I like to just blend everything together nicely to give it like that soft rendered look. So next I'm just adding some color into the iris and softening that out just a little bit. Now I'm gonna lay down just some basic colors that I see on the reference. So like some of like the orange here, kind of deepening the hood of the eye. It's really important also to know what kind of eye you're drawing. So like, for example, this is a very hooded eye, and I'm trying to determine where like the light is hitting. Like there on the hooded eye it's lighter, and then it kind of gets darker and then lighter again right before it hits the eye, like the light's hitting the middle of the eyelid. And after that, after I lay all the colors, of course, I take my blending brush again and I very lightly blend everything together. I know it looks a mess, but trust the process. This is how I get there. Also, before this, I had merged all of my layers together. That's how I'm blending everything together. I know a lot of people are kind of scared to draw all in one single layer, but I'm not scared. I like to live life on the edge. I'm just kidding, I have anxiety. But the reason that I do render like this is because this is how I feel like I can get the softest rendering as possible. Like, if I have all of my layers separate, how can I, like, I don't know, I just cannot soften everything like that. The only time I have a drawing where like the layers are kind of separate is if I do like my little baddie drawings or just like basic simple cartoon style drawings. But this one, like this type of rendering, like it has to be all merged together. Alright, so anyways, at this point of the drawing, I'm taking a brown liner and I'm starting to harden some of the edges, literally like if I'm doing makeup. So right now I'm adding eyeliner technically to the eye, and as you can see, it's helping it take shape from like how it was before. I'm also taking that same brown liner right on the hood of the eyes just to deepen it more than it already is. Now I'm gonna add some more like dimension into the eyes, so I'm gonna add some light to the iris, and look, if you pinch your little circle thing, it gets big. Isn't that so cool? Anyways, I'm gonna get a lighter color from what I already have, and it does not have to be perfect. I'm not going for perfection or anything at this stage. It's really just like basic rendering for me at this stage. So the way that I add shading a lot of the times during this whole process is with another layer on top of the whole drawing set to linear burn, and I usually color pick the current color that I want to darken. Setting the layer to multiply also works just as good. So I completely up and I didn't screen record literally the most important part of the rendering, which is like the details and the like eyelashes and lighting and all that, but I'm just gonna do my best to show what I did. So with my lashes, I'm using a brush called Fine Hair, but you can use any brush that has like a tapered end, just like this. The pressure that you're using on your wrist matters a lot. I kind of put pressure and then I flick. This gives it like a tapered effect. I also kind of like round it when I flick up so that it kind of just looks like it's curving up on the eyelid. But there is also like straight lashes, but most of the time people draw them like they're curled already. And don't put pressure on pressure where there's like no taper at the end, because then they're just gonna look like little sticks on your eye. Now it's time to make the eye look shiny. I think that this step is so important into making like the eye just come to life, and it's honestly my favorite part. You can follow the lighting in the eye just like the reference, or you can just put it wherever you want it depending on where the lighting is hitting your drawing. Then after lightly blending the whole eye again for the millionth time, I add just a little bit of light right above where like the lashes start. I think it gives it like the illusion of that roundness of the eye so that it looks like it's kind of like coming towards you, you know? Then I'm adding some more shiny dots all over. That's definitely a stylistic choice. I like it to look like that the eye is like super sparkly and moist. You can stop here if you're satisfied with this kind of rendering. I like to take it a step forward and add some painterly textures. I'm also brightening and extending some of the highlights just to exaggerate the shine of the eyes. I really like adding the painterly textures into the eyes because it gives it a messy but satisfying look. Like, I don't know, it's just so pretty to look at and it's satisfying. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful in any way. If you liked the way I explained stuff, which is terribly, please subscribe and I will be uploading a whole series on a bunch of different eyes. Okay, bye!